What's going on, people? Yeah. I'm just doing a video just to talk about how I miss the older version. I liked it, the natural webcam that they had, where you when you come on to YouTube, you can upload directly to the site with the webcam, and then you go and you can write in your video, and you can put like little notes, and you can put links in the computer screen, up on the computer screen, and people can click the computer screen and go to the next video. But this they had all this in 2013. I don't like this modern day change of in the era that we're living in now with YouTube. I always like the older. I'm old fashioned. They got rid of the lunch hangout in 2019. They got rid of it. That's the year that they got rid of it. That's when they transferred to StreamYard. And I like this. I love it, but I like actual built-in webcam a lot better. You can make the webcam videos. You can make them as long as you can, as long as you want it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I appreciated the natural one better. I think that why don't they create the old app for the one that you can like the lunch Google Hangout. I don't think they should have got rid of that download. I think they should have kept that one. Windows 7 and all those. I think all those were good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think all of them were good. You let me tell. Yeah. Even if you go back, matter of fact, I'm tempted to go back and watch a lot of that old stuff. If you put videos out that violates YouTube guidelines, it's interesting how they will take that video and respond. They'll respond to you by when you come back on your channel, either your channel will be terminated, or either they'll give you a warning or whatever, or either they'll suspend you from going live for a whole week. You know what I'm saying? And if you do it again, you'll be suspended for 2 weeks. They're gonna disable you from going live for 2 weeks. If you do it the third time, then they're gonna take your channel and all that. You know what I'm saying? But if you talk about how you miss the old YouTube, they're not going to videos. They're not going to take actions. If you're talking about something like that, now, I don't understand it. If you're talking about and promoting something positive, especially that's what I do on this channel. I promote positive stuff on this, so they should be able to respond to this quicker. You see what I'm saying? I think they should do that, not change it up because of what everybody else want, and then everybody got to go along with the majority. No, because um, YouTube, the only you can see I still do videos. I don't give a damn about the like I'm in this. I'm like now I'm recording this live video by myself. Nobody's in here watching me. Probably because it's the early part of the morning or whatever. But I don't care. I just like the idea of the fact that people you were able to just record and make videos and stuff like that. I just like the idea you was able to do that. I didn't give a damn about how many followers, how many people watched it. Oh, I ain't got nobody watching me. Oh, I'm tired. No, I just liked it, the fact, even when I first started uploading videos in 2013, I always, uh, I go back and I just think about the memories of it every day. You know what I'm saying? I like doing it the natural way. You know, doing it the natural way. To me, you know what I'm saying? Even just to think of it, just it's fun to even just think about the older times when they had YouTube around, the older version of YouTube. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to like do all that extra stuff that you do. I might have to go back to, but I liked it the older version of YouTube a whole lot better. Like back then, if you go back and look at a lot of them old videos from 2005 when it first launched off, you go back and look at them 2013, 2010. People was just uploading videos because it was just something fun to do. Because they didn't have people watching them, people not watching them, people like, for example, like, oh man, you ain't never heard me complain about, oh man, I ain't got no goddamn subscribers and no man, hell with this shit, man, fuck this, man. I'm like, nah, because I really truly just love making videos and just talking. I just like just talking about whatever come to mind, just be creative. I just like the fact that I'm able to record this and you can save them and the memory of them, and it's fun just going back looking at the video or just looking like, damn man, look at what I made. Look at me in the video. That looking at stuff like that. I don't make videos to debate with people. Or no, I mean I don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean we can have a conversation or whatever, but I make the videos to just because it's something I love doing it. It's natural. It's just I don't do it because I ain't trying to keep up with nobody or nothing like that. I don't have no bad intentions or nothing like that with what with doing videos. It's not I'm trying to get on here and just brag and show 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 style and all that kind of stuff. Show style. No, I just do it because I just like making videos. I just love being creative. I just like just staying consistent and creating. I have like over 900, like 1,000. I have 100K, over 100K subscribers. And I'm not really concerned about that. I still do it because it's just something that it's just something that I love doing. That's it. You know, you love doing what you do. It ain't got nothing to do with, oh, you can make money off of YouTube and you can do this. And no, I just do it because I love doing it because it's fun to me. You know, now some people, they'll sit up and they will go crazy. Sit up, oh man, you can't make no motherfucking, you can't make no goddamn money. Just no, I'm not. I'm not hung up on that. You know what I'm saying? I just do it. My intentions is not. Yeah, I don't have no bad ideas in mind or nothing. I just don't. I'm just trying to make sure that my pants are on me right. Yeah, yeah, man. Just trying to make sure I'm right, man. Yeah, man. It ain't got nothing to do with, oh man, I don't and dip in and dip out and all that kind of stuff. Man, I'm not worried about no shit like that. I'm just grateful and thankful that I'm able to just upload, man. It ain't got nothing to do with uh people don't like to watch it. You know, my intentions is that, I just do it because I like doing it. That's my whole intentions. Yeah. Yeah, man. My intentions are very pure. I don't have no bad intentions or nothing. No, I don't have no bad intentions. No, I don't have no bad intentions at all. Yeah. Yeah, I just like doing it, man. I don't have no bad intentions. Somebody say keep it up. Yeah, I don't have no bad intentions. I don't get discouraged because people don't watch my stuff. No, man, I don't get discouraged, man, because people don't watch my stuff. I don't. I'm doing good. Somebody call me Unc. Yeah, man. I do. Yeah, I just do them because I like doing them. Back in the day, man, I like how YouTube operated back then. I like the natural one. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the new stuff that they got today. I just don't. I like the YouTube where you can edit it what you want. You can edit little clips and you can put little notes up there. You can put your website. You can click on it. You know. But nowadays you just can't do it. Because they changed it up. My favorite thing to do in my free time. Um. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll give it to you. My favorite thing I like to do in my free time. I just like being creative. I like figuring out ways to I like reading. I like learning. I like helping people, like my mother and stuff. You look at my videos and helping. Not putting them in no nursing home, and I just always have. I love doing those things. Several things I like doing in my free time. My free time, I man cleaning up. I love clean. I love cooking. Definitely love cooking. That's one. That's definitely one of them. Cooking, making people happy, cooking for the right people, like cooking, like very hospitality. I like hospitality stuff, fun stuff. I love doing, as you can see, videos. I love that. This is one of the. I love being creative. I love creating things. I love coming up with the right type of people. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I love doing that. I love. Yeah, I love to make sure people are good. You know. Um, I don't. I think I cook more on a Mexican style. I like to cook greens, um, things like greens, rolls, peach cobbler, stuff like that. Cabbage. I practically can cook anything. Chicken, biscuits, especially if I put my mind to it, cornbread, anything cookable in a house. I'm pretty good at cooking it. Turkey necks, boiling them, uh, mustard greens, collard greens, stuff like that. I love doing. Those are the things that I love doing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, as far as I'm not no going out person. Like I'm not no. I ain't never really been a going out. I don't like. I don't. I ain't never been the type to just hang around a crowd. People and for you, hey, is Pete there? So and so there? No, he ain't here. We go and hang out. Like because I don't believe in just hanging out with anybody. You have to know who you know socialize. You have to kind of feel it. Me for me, if I'm talking to somebody, I have to like really get just say, nah, I got to better fill them out a little bit more before I go to fucking with them. What is my favorite thing to cook? Okay, I'm thinking. Um, I just cooked some jambalaya the other day. I made a homemade jambalaya. Um, my favorite thing, making cakes, making biscuits, cakes. That's my favorite thing. Baking chicken. I don't look like it, but I'm a chef. I know people say, "Oh yeah," blah, blah, blah. I'm a chef. I didn't go. I ain't never went to school for it. It just came natural. I used to work at Popeye. I worked in several restaurants like Golden Corral. I worked at a restaurant called Hungry City. That was in Georgia though. When me and my mother was in Georgia. Hungry City. Like I said, a restaurant called Ryan's in Georgia, in Marietta, Georgia. Well, I worked at Walmart. That's when they were 16. That's when they had the old Walmart here in Hammond. It's still that building is still over there. They used it over the years for big lots. They finna make it a thrift store right now. Same place was the very first Walmart here in Louisiana, right there. Hmm. I worked there. I worked at another place called Al's Drive. This was all way before YouTube. YouTube wouldn't know what near thought of, you know. I was like 15 and 16 when I worked at Walmart. I was 15 when I got my first job when I used to work back in the day. I've never really been good at writing, I mean, spelling and stuff in school. My mother told me when I was when I was born, they when doing delivery hospital, uh they the doctor was why when they was I was coming out the stomach, and I wish she was able to. She got the stroke. She can't talk right now, but she used to tell the story all the time in a testimony. She used to tell people all the time. When the doctor was delivering me, she said they was pulling on my head when it was coming out. They clamped my head too hard as they was pulling on me, and it caused me put me in a position to where it caused me to be in a position to develop the state of being a slow learner. So I had to learn all over again how to read and all those different things. I learned how to read by the grace of the Most High. So I taught myself how to read. I got my other brothers and sisters to help me over the years during the time when I was in my 20s. Yeah, when I got in my 20s, I would have books and stuff because I was caught up when I was into religion. I would want to learn how to read and stuff, and I would get my other brothers and sisters that could, other brothers and my sisters that could read and write and stuff like that. To like back then, they had what was called, y'all know the thing called the cassette player. You used to could go into the store like Walmart and you can buy them tape players, and then you can go in the dollar store and buy a one, two, three or four tapes, cassette tapes for $1, and I would get me a couple of packs of them, come home and ask my brothers and my sisters is to read this here and put it on tape and record it. And I would sit there for hours when I was in my 20s. I would sit at home for hours and hours at a time and listen to it one time, rewind it back to the beginning and re-listen to it. And I would just sit there and listen to them for hours and play it over and over until I got it down, packed up how to actually really read the words and stuff like that. Sometimes I would get my brother, sometimes I would get my nephew, and then a couple of times I got my niece to help me out time. And sometimes my cousins would come over and I would get them to help me. You know what I'm saying? I said, could you read this all? They would have to read it themselves. And they're like, this is some interesting reading, but they was reading it for me. So I would go back and play back what they recorded, and I would just go in my room like I am now. And I would sit up. Sometime I would, like I say, for hours, I would sit up all night to about 4 and 5 in the morning, just reading and just listening to the recordings and stuff like that. So that's what a lot of that is what helped me. This was way before internet, YouTube, all that type of stuff. My high school days, when I was 12, 13, and 14, I loved it school. Sometimes I would get up and go to school when I didn't have to go to school. I liked it. Um, they'll say, "Well, you ain't got to come tomorrow." They'll say, "Well, you can come if you want to, but you don't have to really come to school." I got up and came and went to school anyway. I liked it. Um, I would, yeah, I liked it. I would get up and go to school. I started not liking school when I got into high school. High school. Um, in high school, it was too far out the way, and I didn't like that. And I just didn't like it, and it showed. Some days I would skip school. I would skip school and oversleep, so I didn't even have to even go to school. I just didn't like school anymore. I don't know why. I just didn't like it. And there was a man that me. I was 17 years old. This was in 92. I skipped school because I was getting lazy and I just didn't like it. It was just something that I just didn't like and I just didn't take pride in it. And he would tell me all the time, he said, "You didn't go to school, huh?" He said, "Okay, I keep telling you." He said, "You're gonna need that education one day." He said, "You on date? You gonna say Mr. Emil said that?" And I'm sitting up there just being young and like, in my mind, like I didn't realize that. But now as life started hitting me and stuff like now dealing with situations with because I grew up to where I couldn't even read or write. I had to learn how to read the I guess I'll say the hard way. I didn't learn how to read when I went to school. I learned that through going to different people in the hood where I live in my neighborhood. My brothers, like I said earlier, and my sister. You know, they would do it when they had time, when they didn't wasn't working or when they wasn't out. Sometime I would leave and they would go and they would hit the streets and they'd be doing their own thing. So I didn't have nobody to help me at that time. And I would ask my mother to help me. My mother helped me. She really did. She was very supportive of me in that. Sometimes, you know, her eyesight, she suffered with that glaucoma. You know what I'm saying? She's a diabetic. Right now, she's a diabetic. She suffered with high blood pressure. Like me, I have high blood pressure, but um, she suffered with high blood pressure and stuff like that, you know. And she was a diabetic, and she had many other like little minor problems and stuff. She suffered with constipation and stuff like that, you know, which I didn't even know. And you know, things of that nature. So I was just telling God, I said, man, what happened? I said, I wasn't even qualified enough is to be all this elapse on me, you know, not knowing how to, because I never been in a position to where this happened, you know. My mother got in a situation like this. And, you know, them things took a turn. If I would have known, I could have better prepared myself before all this happened. But God still made a way and opened the door. And he taught me. So I had to like speed up, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the stuff that I learned, I had to kind of grasp it and figure it out myself. So I'm just amazed at that. So I thank God for that part. Do you have anyone who you speak to frequently? How and nowadays, I have a man that I look up to as a spiritual father. I call him some days, some weeks, and stuff like that. Or he'll come by, you know, and give me words of encouragement and stuff. You know, genuine and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, being a spiritual strength for me at that time. You know, I call him. Matter of fact, I got him in. No, he don't like. He reluctant about being in video because I got. You can hear his voice. I did one video and you can hear his voice in it, but you can't see him. Cause see, I told him, I said, I'm recording your voice, but you not in the video because I know you ain't want to be in no videos. So he said he gonna do some videos with me one day. You know, I look up to him as a father, you know. So he, you know, he been a spiritual God giving me the spiritual guidance and stuff. Because I didn't me, my brothers and my sisters, we didn't have our father, you know. My favorite video game, I would say my favorite video game was a game called Pac-Man and Centipedes. I don't even know if they still got a game called Centipede. Now no more. I don't even know what the heck it means, centipede, but a game called Centipede. You would um play. It was like a snake, like it looked like it was bees, and it would like squirrel like that, and you had to hurry up and shoot it before it got all the way down to the bottom. If you let it got past you and it hit something else, boom, you out. You had to shoot the whole thing while it was making the curve, and you had to be, you had a stick. You see what I'm saying? It was like a remote, but it was like a stick. You sit there, you playing, and you hook it up to the TV. Because back then they had the TV where you come up and you just pull it with the knob. Like now they got the computer. Like this is a Mac computer that I'm doing this video on. Then now you got the mouse here and stuff like that. So it's not the same. Back then they didn't have the the TV was the technology back then. But you had to get up and go to the TV and you turn it. Y'all know, remember that? You had to go to the TV and turn it. And then, you know what I'm saying? You had to take that little air, put you a hang on that, and kind of make it stay straightened up so you can see the picture. Because we're in our mind, we are like, dang man, we're not gonna be able to see this picture good. Because you had to do something to get the frying out and get all them fries. Y'all remember how I used to fry the TV? Man, and you had to like straighten it up with the antenna to be able to see it good. A a come is pretty long and insect insect like a worm that has a bunch of tiny little something. Some tough little guys or something like that. Yeah. I often wonder, when you making a video, right? And it says processing. I don't know. I'm thinking what makes it I think they said like when you get the images, like the images in the video, it's like it's recording it, but it's getting your images and stuff. And I think they say it's a satellite in the sky that captures all of the images of a video or something like that. I wonder is that how it works? Oh, I lost my left eye to one of these things in my sleep. I got a glass eye. Wait a minute. Oh, I lost my left eye to one of these things in my sleep. I got a glass eye now, but everything's fine. You say you got a glass eye, something. What you said something about a worm. A competitive stung me at that spot. If I'm saying it right. Yeah, man, that's hard to lose your sight. But my most favorite, I would say, my thing that I love doing. This is what I love. I love creative, making videos and stuff. I always did wanted to do videos. I just never. I would be on the recording videos and put them on the internet. I never, because people used to tell me, I used to tell people what I wanted to do, some good stuff I wanted to do. They said, why don't you put it on the internet? I said, ooh, Lord, no. I said, I don't want to be on no internet, no YouTube and all that. I said, you ain't got to do that. You just put, I used to actually get offended with people when they would tell me that. I knew I wanted to do videos, but I never saw myself putting videos online. I said, ooh, no, I don't want to record myself, put myself out there like that. I remember we went over to some people's house, and this was like in 2007 or 8 or 9, around 2009. And the people at the house had iPads and cameras, and they was recording the people. And like, moving, like, ooh, I don't want to be in that. Like, man, get me out. You know what I'm saying? And they had this guy, he used to always talk to me a lot and tell me, have you got on the computer yet? Because my mother had bought a computer in 2010. And I said, no, I ain't never got on the computer yet. I said, no. I said, man, I don't know how to use that thing, man. It was a HP desktop, 23-inch screen. And my mother had bought it at Best Buy. During that time, I didn't know nothing about YouTube and no videos or nothing. I wasn't on nothing, no social, no kind of nothing, because I didn't know nothing about. We didn't even know how to even go and pull up the Internet Explorer, like the website. We didn't know which one, because back then it was called Yahoo. And my mother would be asking my nephew, son, how did you get on, baby? How you get able to put YouTube up there? And he would be like, Momo, just press, go to the Internet Explorer. And I didn't even know how to even put YouTube. But you can watch YouTube on that too. You can watch videos. You know, that's how it was. So we didn't know nothing about it. And what else? So I had to learn, different things, and you know what I'm saying, learn how to. I used to have a proper YouTube channel. Agent got lost. The log in into like what 5 years ago, I think. Okay. Yeah, man. But anyway, I said, man, I don't want to be on no YouTube. Like, hell no. Like, I used to, but then one day, it was in 2013. I was sitting up there messing with the computer. I was always messing with it. Like, on YouTube, I used to watch YouTube a lot in 2012. I used to just watch it all day, just watch videos and watch different things. I ain't have no account. I didn't even know how to even create a YouTube account. There was a guy named Carl Garbins created a YouTube account for me. And he did it. And one day I was playing with it, and I accidentally clicked on record on the camera. So let me click record. So once I click record, video ended up going to where you had, after you record the video, this is when they had the natural camera. It went to the website called what they call editing. You had to add something. And I said, what? I asked somebody named Alan Enjoy. I said, what does the word edited mean? He said, edited mean when you want to add something. I said, oh, okay. So I found that out in 2013. Edited mean when you want to add something. So I add some titles in there. And when I put my first YouTube video online, it looked like I was on TV. And I showed my mother, and I was excited, but I was scared at the same time. I said, oh my goodness. I said, Mama, come in here and look at the computer. And my mom was talking to a friend lady. She was talking to a friend lady of hers. Yeah, that boy got up in that boy. It's like he looked like he on TV. But my mom was like, baby, how did you do that? I said, I just pressed record and then stopped it and then um hit saved or whatever I did. And the video just got, went to YouTube or whatever. Because I didn't know what was going on. Because at first it would be processing. I ain't know. But ever since then I just loved it and you couldn't keep me away from it. So that's how I actually got into YouTube, and I started creating other Twitter. What else? Twitter account. Yeah. YouTube was fun back then, though. YouTube was very fun. I liked the YouTube back then. So I guess I'm gonna get up out of here. I'll be back another day. My mental state improved since I deleted Twitter a while back, and not a fun website to be on. Yeah, I mean they do have a lot of crazy stuff. I just don't. Yeah, I understand. I don't like all this stuff, man. People put their stuff on there, showing all this stuff. Nah. Mm-mm. They putting all this stuff on there, showing everything, showing too much meat. I'm like, damn. Mm-mm. I still got my Twitter account, but I understand though is so much stuff on there. They It's crazy. I know what you're talking about though. Trust me. But I wish they would get that Google Hangout. I wish they would bring that back. I wish they would like you down, even though it's an old app, they need to say the old new app, bring back the old stuff they need to say. Like I miss from going and downloading the Google plug. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I liked it though. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. School tomorrow, and I got an important exam. What you? Oh, you a student? Student? So you must be a student then. Okay, got school people in the building. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and here and get up out of here. All right, I'm gonna see y'all later. What can I name? I just came in here and talked about life. All right. All right, bro. All right. All right, man. Y'all take it easy. Hold on, man. Let me see something. I definitely All right. I definitely will. All right. I'm gonna see y'all later, man. I'm gonna hit the safe stack and hit the crib bed, man. Hit the bed, man. Get up out.